Okay, this story about the first grader and this article is that they both, how they relate, they both talk about stress and stuttering and how they relate to one another. It would seem like this little boy gets stressed when he goes to his mom's house, as his grandmother said, that he stutters pretty bad when he gets back from there. The article went through several identifying factors that could relate to stress and stuttering. And ultimately, it rejected the idea that stress causes stuttering. People who stutter have an underlying cause that doesn't relate to stress usually. They said in this article that studies have been conducted in the past that pertain to somatic distress and conversion disorders. And in these studies, they have found that most somatic disorders have more to do with gross motor ability, vision, and other maladies, but not stuttering. They didn't find any of them who actually stuttered from this. There is also evidence that conversion disorders are usually in older children and teens, whereas most stuttering starts fairly young. Conversion reactions were also proven to affect women more than men, and if I remember right, most stutterers, the majority of them are boys. In general, those who experience conversion disorders experience many symptoms, none of which were stuttering. There have been reports, however, that stuttering increases in severity when or after being in a stressful situation. It seems like this could be the case with this first grade boy. In other words, stress is considered more of a trigger, but not a cause. There is a difference. Triggers are things, if you are a stutterer, that could bring on stuttering a little bit worse temporarily, but it doesn't cause stuttering. After reading this article, I would say that it is fairly likely that this young boy gets stressed when he goes to his mom's house. He usually, it sounds like, stays for maybe a week at a time, and for whatever reason, it's stressful for him and could be increasing his stuttering for a short time once he returns to his dad's house. I think I would tell his grandma and dad that it is highly unlikely that stress is what is causing him to stutter, or that going to his mom's house is causing it, but he is getting stressed when he goes there, possibly, and it can be a trigger, or ask him if there's things that are stressful to him when he goes there, and that it could trigger some stuttering or intensify it. I would probably also tell them that they could potentially help him by trying to find ways to decrease his stress level before he goes. Not knowing what is being said or done on either side, dad's side or mom's side, when he's visiting or what before he goes, it's hard to know what's stressful for him. But you could tell his grandma and his dad to possibly try to pinpoint some things that could be stressful to him before he goes, try to alleviate some of that stress so that his stuttering isn't so severe when he gets back.